Okay. Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to everyone. My name is Ayu Akmalus Nida binti Muhammad Jayus, but I am professionally known as Nida Jayus. So let me just share with you my background. My background was sales and marketing, and I've been in the mines industry for almost 20 years already. And the reason why I'm starting this business, this is actually I'm looking for seed funding or startup. So the reason why I'm starting this business is because after COVID-19, all my events, my business before this was more on event management and event marketing. So when COVID-19 happens, all my event was cancelled. So I did a lot of soul searching. And I know that one day I want to teach young people about leadership. So this is the reason why I'm doing my MBA in leadership at Uniraza now. And this is the ultimate outcome of my journey. Okay? So my dream is to have a leadership academy that focus on building the character of our young people. And the academy's name is True North Leadership Academy. Why True North? Because True North means authentic. So to be a leader, you have to be authentic first to yourself. Okay, and next. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, now based on the report done by Khazanah Research Institute recently, they found that most of our unemployed graduates are not employable because there is a mismatch between what they have, the knowledge and the skills that they have, does not match with what the corporate or the employer wants, especially when it comes to soft skills. Yeah, the universities, they are producing graduates that are very good in technical, but it lacks on soft skills. That means interpersonal skills, communication skills, problem solving, and all these things. So this is where my company is going in. Okay, but before I go into that, let's just look at the size of the market. So from where you can see, the number of our unemployed graduates has been increasing and expanding from year to year. Let's say 170,000 of youth, and they take up our training program that costs about 3,500 ringgit per pax. That's like 595 million ringgit Malaysia already. And the government recently has announced that they are giving out a stimulus package about 20 million to upskill and give training to these unemployed graduates. So the solution, this is where my company is going in. We are going to provide a transition training for our unemployed graduates so that they are well prepared for the workplace. And it's not just any training, we are creating a job placement, a sustainable job placement. So what is meant by sustainable job placement? It is three stages or three phases. That means we start with assessment. So any employable graduates, undergraduates who register with us, we will do an assessment. We will give them career counseling based on their personality and their strengths and weaknesses. And not only that, we also give them emotional and mental health checkups so that we have to make sure that they are emotionally stable. And if they are not emotionally stable, we are going to give them training and coaching on that. And if they have mental health, for example, so we are going to refer them to the specialist, to the right specialist. And after that, we are going to give them a 6 months on the job training, practice, probation, and follow-up. So we are going to work closely together with the public, with the higher education institution, and also the private sector, the corporate sector. And after the training phase, the 6 months training, we're going to give them 3 years coaching. So it's not like a personal coaching, one-on-one coaching. It's more like a group coaching, can be done online via Zoom. And it's a 3 years, so they will be given training and coaching on managerial leadership, not just any leadership program, which is very superficial. So this is a managerial leadership that consists of thinking skills, emotional skills, and also social skills. So the proof of concept, can this workable or not? Well, it is workable. So this model has been done very successfully in German, and it's called Job Lynch. And they actually connect the private, the public, and the volunteer sector. So this is something like not a copy-paste business model, but more of a localized business model. So how do I monetize it? It's very simple. This is through North Leadership Academy, and we get our fund from not only the government, but we also have a few packages that we sell to the corporate sponsors, to the corporate companies, so that they can come on board as sponsors, and they can sponsor at a minimum 10 students or 10 graduates. So that means like at least basic, for example, basic package is 35,000, so 3,500 per pax. So they sponsor 10 unemployed graduates, 35,000. So we will give this training, and at the end of the 5 days training, we will place them at the sponsors company so that they can go through the 6 months job training. After the 6 months job training, the sponsors has the right to choose from that 10 candidates who they want to be absorbed into their employment. They want to employ, okay? Those who are not successful, they will be given, they have the chance to work with another company, okay? And so this is the monetization. And how we're going to promote this? Well, for branding and content and to create awareness, we have these channels, but how we are going to close the deal is face-to-face. So we have business network. We have quite a huge business network, and we do business events, and also we go for a job fair. And unique proposition. What makes us this difference from other competitors? Okay, most of the training providers companies in Malaysia, they focus on providing solution for corporates, not so much for the youth. My focus is for the youth, not so much on the corporate. And the program is focused on the managerial leadership, and we have give them a sustainable job placement. And most important thing is our business model is based on exponential business model canvas, not the traditional business model canvas. So this business is scalable. Okay, my team, I'm the founder and the chief executive officer, and my higher purpose is to democratize leadership education to everybody in this world. But I'm going to start with the undergraduate, unemployed undergraduates first. So we have Shahid Abdullah bin Shahid Ahmad. He is the operations senior manager. And this is Susanna Sahadi, my business partner. Susanna have over 20 years, more than 20 years experience in sales and marketing, and her passion is in closing sponsorship deals. And she has closed millions of ringgit sponsorship deals, so that's why I believe that I can do this business together with her. And we have Haswani Adam, is Haswani over there. And also Mr. Khairul Anwar, who is sitting over there also. So combined experience is more than 60 years. Funding needed. We're going to start with a pilot project first. This pilot project can take about 6 months to 1 year. And we're going to start small scale first, because we want to test the market, because it's a new business. We want to test the market. We want to get as much as we want to get as much feedback as possible from our customers and clients and users especially, and from there we want to improve our modules, our training, our coaching before we take on the next step, that is to go all out, and this is what we need. And this is the projection and forecast for the first 1 year, and we believe that we can pay you back within 1 year period. Okay, so that's it for my business. Thank you very much. Any question?
Now, not so great compared to what you can provide. That is another way for you to present or differentiation. Now, the only thing that is missing, if you ask me, is to name them. Because most of the VCs or most of the investors, they will know the market somehow or other. They may not look detailed, but when you mention a name, they somehow will know roughly what you are talking about. For example, your competitor I can think of is maybe Leadernomic. When they think about Leadernomic, okay, they start to take in and what Leadernomics are doing, which you are not, and what you do, which they didn't. That will be a very good story for you instead of you elaborate all the details. Okay? For those who are presenting, please make sure if you can name your competitors. First of all, it shows that you're confident. You're competing with someone who are very established. Second is, you know your game. Okay? You know your game. Alright? Now, question time. Now this is the time where you decide. Now, first glance, with that presentation, are you in or are you not? You are in? Anyone in? Willing to invest? Pay back 1 year. Are you willing to invest? Okay, sounds good, right? Who are not? So looks like it's quite, okay, one. So looks like it's quite good because they are average quite many people who are convinced. Now, question, who are 50-50? Okay, there are still many. Now, what stops you? What makes you feel that it is not decided? Question. That's where you can ask. Yes, Sheila.
Can we go back to your slide on the one more? Right. No. This slide. Salary 5,000.
Yeah, we are taking only 5,000 ringgit per month.
Okay, so alright. I thought it was 5,000 for 4 person.
No, 5,000 per person.
Oh, it's 5,000.
10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you.
Okay. Questions? Any more questions? Yes, Alfred.
I just wanted to ask, is a very service-based kind of business, or you are building a platform to connect the job placement?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Sorry, is it the business is actually a very service-based, or you are building a platform to connect the students to corporates?
Okay, platform something like macam online platform? Yes, definitely, because this business is actually based on exponential business model. So it is based on technology, and we use data, business intelligence, and so on and so forth. So we're going to have like ERPs and CRM combined together with LMS system. LMS is a learning management system. So that after 1 or 2 years in business, anybody who would like to become coach or trainer can just go online, register online, and then they will go through a process where they will have to go for training and certification, certified by my company, and then they can become our coach and trainer. So this company not only provide leadership skills for unemployed graduates, but also provide job offering for people who wants to become coach and trainer.
Okay. I just want to add, because if you are actually very platform-based, actually the angle for you to portray this is very different. Because what I feel now is very human-intensive kind of business. Means I need to hire a lot of people, because you mentioned I need to close sales face-to-face. I see a lot of manual works involved.
Yes.
So this is the concern as an investor, because I'm looking at the figure just now is only talking about 4 packs, but BD is only looking for partners, but you need a huge manpower to get more students. This is actually more crucial.
Correct. So when you look at my financial forecast, okay, for the first month of July, our sales target is only 175,000 ringgit. So I'm looking at the first month, we're going to get like 50 students. 50 students, that means 50 times 3,005, that's how I get 175,000. So, and these 50 students, we are going to divide them into 2 groups. One group 25, one group 25. So it is possible to give training and coach 25. So they are going to be like, okay, the first batch 25, the second batch 25, and then the next month another 50. So 25, 25. So it's not like one huge like that in one time. No, we go step by step, small step at a time before we grow, before we take a bigger steps.
Thanks.
Hey, Intan have a question, right? Okay, go on. One more question.
I guess I'm a little bit confused because does this mean that all 4 of you for the first 2 years are going to be doing the training? Each of you are going to be doing the training?
Each of us are going to give the training?
Yeah.
No, we are not. We are, it's not like the 4 of us are trainers. No, we are not trainers. In fact, I myself is not a certified trainer. I don't have TTT, but I intend to do my TTT very soon. And we are working together with a consortium of trainers. But they are not going to use their training modules. They are going to use our training modules that is based on our own market research, training needs analysis during the first 1 year of pilot project.
So the cost of developing that training module and the people who are going to be delivering it, where is that cost?
Okay, the cost is here. Sales minus cost, 15,000. So the cost for training, everything goes under cost of goods sold. That means the cost under the sales part there. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that is the budget that I give to my team, 15,000. So they have to work around that figure, 15,000.
And the venue for training?
Because we are working together with the public sector, the universities, the college, and they are coming on board as our partners, and we are promoting their students, everything. So it's like a contra agreement we can do at their universities.
Okay, Nida, first and foremost, your slides is very colorful, and I like that. Right? Very impressive. Let's talk about something realistic. I assume you are a startup, you are an experienced person. So you are talking about meeting the clients of government agencies, corporate or the big names of big clients. Their decision-making process is very long. It's going to be like 6 months, even sometimes up to 1 year. As a startup, how would you sustain yourself within 6 months to 1 year? Which is very crucial.
Okay, that is why we are already starting now. Okay,
what I mean is the income. How do we get the income just to sustain before you have big projects coming in from the government and other agencies? I mean, I'm worried if I were to invest in you, suddenly you lose and you are lost, don't know what to do, and my money will be gone. So that's my main concern.
All right. Thank you for that question. However, I am not worried too much because we have quite a strong relationship with the government agencies, and also the corporate sectors. Because my background is in sponsorship, corporate sponsorship, and my partner's background, Susanna, she has very strong relationship with the governments, and that's why we are not so worried about that, because we have a huge and strong relationship with these people.
Good.
Hello, Ayu. Thank you very much. I buy your project because we have the same vision. Okay, we want to help the next generation, so I buy your project. But I'm concerned. Okay, a little bit different. It shows here in your projection and forecast by July, you are going to have Sorry, my eyes, I got.
Sorry?
You have 175,000 ringgit sales, your cost is 15,000, so your GP is 135,000. That means in less than 3 months, you are going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. So you also just answered the question. You say you have got a lot of government links, you can get a lot of sponsorship dollars, you can close a lot of big projects, just like that. So my question to you, why do you need my money then?
Oh, I like this question.
Okay, this is because in the beginning I already mentioned that I'm looking for seed funding, startup funding. So for us to run all this, we need the startup funding for the first few months, at least for the first 6 months, so that we don't have to worry so much about, how am I going to survive, how am I going to pay my bills, everything, because we can just focus on our business, just do our job to get the clients in.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, after all the question and clarification, who are you? Don't get lesser. I thought earlier they have more. Okay? Who will invest? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. Who says no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Who are still 50-50? What stops you? I'm more interested in the 50-50. What stops you? Time.
It's very good number to be true.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, too good to be
Okay?
true. And okay, talking about students here, there's one common challenges in local, in this part of the world, is the attrition. That means they will drop out halfway. How do you hold them accountable to complete so many years of coaching?
Okay, alright, that is a very good question. Thank you so much. I never expect that. It never comes to my mind. Okay, so we are going to, during the 6 months training, we are going to give them the on-the-job training. So during one of this training, we want them to really find their soul's purpose, their soul's mission, their big why they want to move on their career, what they are looking for in their career. So this will be their goal, their vision of themselves, what they want to be in the next 3-5 years. So every time they want to drop out, every time they want to give up or whatever, they will be reminded to this goal and vision. And we as the coaches will always be there to help them to bounce back. So I don't see anyone to drop out from my program for the 3 years.
Yes.
How do you, I mean, this is a very good idea, but how do you deal with young people who are experimental? You know, they're young. You know, before, by the age of 85, they want to try this. Tak jadilah, tak suka lah. Then they try something. I'm still not sure what I want. I thought I did, but I'm not so sure after I've already started the work. How do you deal with that?
Okay. Yeah. Who doesn't go through that period in our life, right? I myself, I was lost. I was lost when I started my career in in stock market. I have a diploma in investment analysis. So in 1990s, the stock market was very good. I was making a lot of money. But when stock market crashed in 1997, 1998, I was lost. I lost a lot. Okay, so that was when I hit rock bottom. Okay, and I was lost. And at that time, I really hope that I have a mentor or a coach who can help me, guide me in my future. So this is why my company this is why it is very important to have a company like me. So we understand that you are not sure about where you're going and everything. So we will be very patient with you, and we will still help you out and until you find your footing in your career. That is how how we are going to guide these young people. Because that is my dream actually. I want to provide the guidance, the mentorship that I didn't get during those days.
Yes, Marcus.
Did you mention that the program is sponsored?
The program is sponsored?
Yeah, for the
Yeah. The prices, I was worrying so much about the pricing strategy actually, because I don't want to charge our young people so much, they can't afford it anyway. So that is how I come into these sponsorship packages for the corporate sponsors. So the corporate wins a lot from their investment.
Okay, if a corporate company sponsors the expect results, right? Most of the time after training, they'll ask, okay, you have trained 100 students, 1,000, what is the key outcome? My biggest concern is, if it's sponsored money, what would be the attitude of the students? Because
what is the benefit?
Attitude of the students is, never mind lah, tak apa lah, someone sponsors. I come sponsor, let's say it's nice hotel, I come have nice buffet, okay, after a month, I drop out, for example.
Okay.
Not your own company.
My candidates, we call it candidates lah, yeah. Okay, my candidates, they will have to go through 6 months on the job training. So during that 6 months, they haven't secured a job yet. So I believe during that 6 months period, they will give their best to their employers so that they will be successfully absorbed into permanent employment. And after 6 months, I'm going to give them the 3 years coaching. So I will work together very closely. We will have our customer relationship management. We will have a very close relationship with our sponsors to get their feedback on our students, on our candidates. How is their attitude at work? So if they need, if they have a certain attitude problem, they can always come back to us, telling us, okay, she is having this attitude problem. Maybe she's an attention seeker, drama queen, whatever in the office. So from there we can coach this candidate, try to mold his attitude, something like that.
Hey, I guess time is up. Now a few questions coming from me. I just want to understand this. The 3,500 that the corporate pay will last them until the 3 years coaching. Is that what you mean?
Okay, the 3,500 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, that is the basic package for sponsors to sponsor one student, and it covers the 6 months training and also the 6 months training. The 3 years coaching, that will be a minimum fee.
For those who already hired? Or
for those who are already hired, the company will pay a minimum fee for the next 3 years, like a few hundred ringgits per month. For those who are not hired yet, they will not be going for the 3 years coaching. Okay. They will only be going for 3 years coaching after they are hired.
I see. Is there anyone has already provided this service in the market?
In Malaysia, I am not sure. I don't think so.
Check this company out. Zubedi. Z-U-B-E-D-Y. Yes, they are already doing that. Since 4, 5, 6 years ago, they already provide this service and they are working with the government as well. I guess it's important for you to see what they are doing, because whatever you mentioned, I think already 70% similar. Then the question here is, when you go back to the government, they will ask, wow, I already have somebody who already proved. See, the question here is, I don't see the proof of concept. The proof of concept is one thing that is very important for a startup when you pitch for a funding, seed funding. Because yes, you have combined 60 years of experience, but to me is, have you tested it to corporate and asked, are you willing to pay 3,500 to test whether you can eventually get a good candidate? If they are a letter from this corporate says, yes, we are willing to pay even hundreds of thousands, because today it's almost impossible to find good candidates. Brilliant, you already have a testimonial. A customer who are willing to pay is just need to get the product ready. And at the same time, you get students, no, there is a chance for you to go through the 6 month period. Okay, a minimum commitment. I agree with this gentleman. If you give free, I can almost guarantee you half of them will not show up. Even you talk about 1 month, don't talk about 6 months. So can you create something that make sure they give the commitment? Charge is important. Either is by way of money upfront or deduct from salary. You have to make it committed so that only those who are willing to learn, who are willing to take part out of the 170,000 are filtered, because you cannot target everyone. Some people are not keen because to them is why take the trouble. I think that proof of concept is what I see the biggest gap that you have to close in your presentation. Okay, apart from that, I think your presentation is good. Okay, you have covered almost everything except the numbers. I don't like the numbers. First of all, I don't like decimal. For your information, any form of presentation on stage, please do not do up to decimal. Decimal 00 is actually very, very long. Second is, if you can do it in thousands, do it in thousands. Or if you can do it in year, do it in year. Don't try to, okay, of course you need the details. Only when they ask for details, only you flash up. Otherwise, show them a full year. 6 months, July to December in one column. 2022, 6 months from January to June, one column. Good enough. Make it simple so that they don't drill the detail. Because today, everybody, I believe, most of them will be looking at the, where is the 5,000? Waiting for you to make a mistake. Suddenly director allowance, the last 3 items is empty. That is a typo mistake. You see, they are going into wrong direction. So don't guide them and lead them to wrong areas. And when you talk about margin, present in percentage instead of decimal. Other than that, I think everything else is great. Don't you think so? Alright, big round of applause. Thank you very much for your presentation. Well done. Okay.